Go back now independence. Change them party they answer their name. Not call them SFPP, APC. Call them Mighty Blackpool. Call them Eastern Lions. Call them any name. Call them any name. We would have been back to the same position we are at this moment, because you don't get anything for do with the party in color, you don't get anything for do with the party in name, you get everything for do with human beings. Therefore, the way we would begin resolve this is from at the individual human level. We have to accept that we have this monster in us that is eating us up, that is eating our nation.
This is the JAB Show, and it's your life by design.
Welcome back. This is the JAB Show. I'm Joe Abbas Bangoa. This is a platform we've designed for people who believe that they have the God-given agency to co-create and shape their life and the circumstances of their life. And so if they get up and look for the circumstances where they want, where they look for, if they can't see those circumstances, they believe they can create those circumstances. And that is why we call it your life by design. Because you can have a life that is designed by yourself, you can have a nation by design, a nation that we design for ourselves. On today's show, I want to do some musings and not even get that in writing, but just reflect. On the last show in the series, we talked about transformational leadership. We identified three things with transformational leaders, three characteristics where transformational leaders get. The ability for go beyond their self-interest and live for a cause. The courage for take responsibility for change, the status quo. And the third thing about transformational leaders, that them courage for alter the future. Take steps to alter the future. And, you can't help it that even once you're talking about this, you can't help it but people can come back and just, localize them and domesticate them. And knowing, how tense politics time like now we country. And the question where they come to your mind, what would it take? Why is it difficult? Is it possible to have a Sierra Leone where we would have one vision? One picture of a future that we could all see together, where we would no longer be ripped apart by political party colors, but we would drive to the same vision. What would it take to have a Sierra Leone like that? And it's a big question. It's a big question. Those of you who follow everything that they do would know that before the 2018 elections, I did a couple of stuff, and I would just roll back. There's a challenge where we get, even when they're looking at the political landscape, where people are defined by their surnames. If you get this kind of surname at this part of the country, you come out, and therefore at this political party now you align to. And obviously we all know, say we politics now the country is deeply ripped around party lines and by regional lines. There's no secret about that. Nobody they argue that. It's on regional lines. But now one of the things I have strenuously, maybe call and strenuously do all the time, that I, Joe Abbas Bangoa, have no allegiance to any political party. Maybe not by how God make people, maybe not by calling. So I wasn't meant to be a politician. There are lots of people who think, say, I should have something to do in politics. But I don't see that. I don't see that direction. I see myself as a statesman. I see myself with a calling for bringing people together, people of all shades and opinions, and build a bridge. That is what I see my calling is. So so there are a couple of stuff. I could tell you a couple of stories driving in this direction, that what we need at the end of the day is a Sierra Leone where we're all united, where being Sierra Leonean is bigger than the political party that we have. It's a utopia. It's something where we sing. If people still person they talk now, much number they talk. But we all know say there are big structures and systemic issues where they make that almost impossible. Does it stop me from dreaming? No, it wouldn't stop me from dreaming. So one of the last, the rally them with them in they do inside that 2018 elections, where it was the last day for make SLPP them match Canatong, the rally, SLPP rally, the last day for the rally. And my office been there at the bank, ACTB Savings and Loan, and inside the office, the rally they come, then candidate, Madabio, they come Natong. And big flabber for another way area. Before I know they don't stand stone, them broke the glass with the front now with office they and say come pastor can't trouble for another. So and I jumped down, I took a helmet, put on my head, I take one girl in the cell, towel in the cell, whatever in the cell, and I see one towel, the white towel, and I took this towel, I fling them over my head and go down the building, and I meet the policeman them outside them in there because apparently the SLPP youths them want for come up campus na APC office, big plaba for them. I said to the policeman then, let's find a way for bring Una to come together. Una with the SLPP, supporters them, Una need to organize this together. So with helmets na me aid, and I walked down there, and the person when I go meet from the SLPP and one of the people them now ended for the deputy commissioner and the minister, the National Youth Commission, and I spoke to them and I called. Was it Emerson? And Emerson said, na Joe Abbas, let's listen to him. So I took representatives of them, I bring them come to the policeman, bring them come together, I say, Una talk. Police supposed to provide security for the SLPP supporters and so for making them for do their rally peacefully. Police for protect everybody. Police not there for the government no more. Police for there for everybody. So I share that, and I left and left them. They organized it at the end of the day. Ultimately, waiting up in a few weeks afterwards. The votes and government change and SLP kind of power. And it was funny how the same police would now have to answer to another government. So that is why I said the police should serve the people. That is point number one, Joe Abbas Bangoa. I have been a middle of the road person. And that's what I am, and that's what I will continue to be. A balancing act for this nation, so that once we go na the edge of cable for bring yourself come back. So prior to the the elections, they forget what's down there. Then I did a couple of stuff where I interviewed Beshekanu, Hassan Beshekanu, I've been former APC person, finance minister. He didn't have power for long, and he lost power because politics for him was not a matter of life and death. He went back to insurance business and go there and run insurance business with Kolat. Then I interviewed Dr. Alpha Wuri. Dr. Alpha Wuri, obviously that time in APC been in a power. So Dr. Alpha Wuri in SLPP, been in a power, SLPP 11 years, Minister of Education and stuff, and then he had to go. When Dr. Alpha Wuri, where he work left, he go back in laboratory, Ramsey, and go do the thing we're able for no best. Because he had a life outside politics. Politics for him was not a matter of life and death. The next interview, I've been with Solomon Bewa, and blessed memory. May his soul rest in peace. A lot of Sierra Leoneans watched that video, watched that interview that I did with Solomon Bewa. I walked to his house, we sit on there, Pastor Eamomo, produced the entire thing and stuff, but I had that interview. And a lot of people tell, it was the runoff, it was before the runoff that we had in 2018, and the lots of stories that you have of what game-changing that was. Not shift the direction where the election they go, but shift how people respond to the results. When Solomon Bewa said, the reason why 24 hours earlier he had been told now he win the election. 24 hours later he's announced that he's lost the election, but he picked the phone and called then President-elect Anes Baikoma to congratulate him. And I asked him, you not call your SLPP people them? He said no. What if I've been called them? Don't they say no agree?
So they say and again Christian at all. Don't try something we will change the results. Say no sit down. So naturally no sleep. Early morning I call the party chairman, UNS Jar, and I'm the party chairman. I said that this I don't hear you. So let's go to the Yankaba straight away, make it ring Christian at top. and ask which thing is give the result. We depend that now, as a matter of fact, Christian Author begin to read the results.
Wow.
Tijan Kabari transistor, radio and cable. We all keep quiet to listen. He read the results. Say he ruled me having failed. He declared his corner the winner. We took that, we the result come out, and not say goodbye to Tijan Kabari. I just come on in office, Canada. They asked in secretary, Sheikh Amansari. I said, and it's called my telephone number. He give me. Before I come on at the office, I ring and it's called. I said, I don't hear the result, I concede.
Really?
And that was the end of it. Where I come, they're all flabbergasted, they know what to do. Where I come, I say, I don't ring and it's called, I don't concede.
When I ask you, you don't call anybody in SLPP. You don't call
I don't consult nobody.
You pick the phone. Why did you do that? No
If I be consult, then they say they don't agree with what people do. You get to take a leadership decision at a particular time. In the end, they saw the wisdom in it.
There was wisdom in it.
The wisdom was that I was trying to stave off any form of chaos in the country.
Being a president of this nation, as far as you're concerned, is not a matter of life and death.
Yeah, of course not.
So say something.
Me not become president, but they live a life. Not to say if I don't become president, I will die. I prefer to save the lives of Australians than becoming president. That was my problem.
He says he was involved in negotiating the peace accord in Lomé. He had seen the bloodshed, and you know that we were not just we're not even far from that in the end. What would happen if we could go back that lane? And so you had Vice President and presidential candidate for SLPP, Mr. Solomon Bera, then say, for me, being president was not a matter of life and death. And so that's how he picked the phone. He asked for by Kuruma a number and called him and congratulated him. And considered. What does that mean for Sierra Leone as a nation? When I come back, I'd like to be able to just wrap what implications this gets and why we necessary for make we get transformational leaders, and whether we politics where we they play would allow us to do that.
This is the JB Show, and it's your life by design.
Join our community today by subscribing to the JB Show on YouTube. Don't forget to like and turn on your notifications so that you never get to miss an update. All it takes is a click.
Long before roads or rails, before signals filled the sky, there was Rokel, the river that connected us all. This basket bought food, paid school fees, it raised children, and carried dreams. It held the economy in palm and straw. It brings power to our homes, food to our markets, and unity to our journey. This is the rhythm of Sierra Leone, from hand to hand, from shore to shore. But now that rhythm has evolved. Now the basket carries more. RCB SIM Cooper, for sending money from any phone. RCB Prepaid, for anyone, no account needed. RCB Cooper Card, your local power. RCB Visa, global reach in your wallet. Just like the river, your money can move freely across towns, borders, and time. From the village to the vault, the banker sees it all. One transaction, one river, move seamlessly. This is more than banking. This is Rokel, Commercial Bank, bank of choice.
Here's how to buy data for another AfriCell number with AfriMoney. Dial *161 *3 *2 hash. Select the data bundle option you wish to buy. It could be daily, weekly, monthly, or long validity. Choose the data bundle from the options listed. Press 2 to buy for another number. Enter the number. Press 1 to choose your main wallet. Enter your PIN to confirm payment. AfriMoney, quick and easy.
So take this for me, nation by design, nation by design, transformational leadership and nation by design. Now, so why is it, we talk about transformational leadership, and I just pull the story. Again, for just declare, I owe no apologies to anybody. I owe no explanation to anybody. I don't owe any allegiance to any political party in this country, me party in Sierra Leone. And I think we could get a better Sierra Leone, and it may be naive for thinking that way there. But it's possible that we can build, and we need to get more and more people in the center where they bring the parties then together, because politics everywhere, attention, politics everywhere. America then just done the elections. Politics everywhere, they bring tension. But how can we, with the tension where politics get, how can we still get the nation at the center of what thing we they do? It's a very important point. I'll close with this, something I've shared always. That the issue in Sierra Leone is not about political party. It's about people. It's about the human being. The human being care for his own self-interest more than anything. And people can sacrifice anything for protecting their self-interest. It's really about human beings. A job to say, because we're joking now for power, so the person in your personal self-interest, they go from in level, they go to the family level, they go to political party level, they go to tribal level, because one for build coalitions where they increase with chance for compete for scarce resources. That's what's happening. I will not talk about this, but we'll forget some details. We'll forget some detailed stuff where they go about this. But it's down to self-interest. It's nothing about political party. It's nothing about SLPP. It's nothing about APC. Now the human being, one great mortal man, human being, everybody, including me, fighting for our self-interest, preserving with self-interest. And therefore, we they look for building all the things that we're going to make sure say we compete. The first thing to go for job, 10 people apply for the same job. The first way they begin happening for make, they say, okay, beyond the paper, Uda Sabi person at this place. First, you go by family. Uda didn't have a family where Sabi person waiting at that job, the way we're responsible for the job. And so this person you need to escalate to family. Sometimes if the team big enough, to family itself now on a tribe level, like where they go. This is human beings, this is mortal man. You don't get nothing for do with SLPP, you don't get nothing for do with APC. Now, so once you go at the tribal level, you say, okay, because this world on bigger, not a family business again, or other than a tribesman where you get ways of possible within at this place, so that we can leverage the tribesman, stuff where we go get leverage. Make we use the leverage, tribes leverage. And sometimes in the big. Beyond tribe, so now you go political party. So now on a party level, we go fight this. But outside the thing start, now one individual, it gets in self-interest. Once the interest that they coalesce together, now they move go to family, now they move go to tribe, now they move go to political party. That's the problem we have. It's nothing. So the other day I said, go back now independence, change them party they answer their name. Not call them SLPP and APC, call them Mighty Blackpool, call them East Alliance, call them any name. Call them any name, we would have been back to the same position we are at this moment, because you don't get anything for do with the party in color, you don't get anything for do with the party in name, you get everything for do with human beings. Therefore, the way we would begin resolve this is for at the individual human level. We have to accept that we have this monster in us that is eating us up, that is eating our nation. So that no matter how beautiful you talk about your desire for help this nation, once you get into a position of authority, in fact, now your family members, now then the first of all make you know, say, na different arena. Now been then turn, now we turn. So self-interest, they go in. So your family members and self-interest, now they begin line up for you. From your village, then they begin line up. So that it would be difficult to have, how do you get a leadership? How do we build this amongst ourselves where transformational mindsets would run across the nation, where we would not force our self-interest but go for a cause, where we would take responsibility for fix this nation and act to alter the future of this nation. I'm talking from several angles, but maybe amongst other things, I'm also a pastor. I believe in stuff for possible. I would not stop preaching this message. I preach it all the time. That's why, like I said, I speak to Solomon Bell, I spoke to people, and we'll continue to do it because this is the kind of mindset we need for this nation. We have to have some way that we could bring everybody together and deal with the division of politics. And there are several ways we don't describe that in the past. How do you make power go back to the regions? How do you make, if the money come when they do the budget for education, it's really spread, like in places in Switzerland, it's entered in the constitution on how the resources are spread. Because if you spread the resources fairly across the country, nobody not even need for camp return for camp for politics, for camp for power, because people in their various community have what it takes. This is not a long talk, but we would continue for share this. If you talk about transformational leadership that builds to transformational nation, you have to have transformational individuals. You have to have people that have a transformational mindset. It has to start from you. It has to start from me. It has to start for us as individuals, where we would begin to deal with those three characteristics. Number one, put with self-interest behind, and the cause, fight for a cause, and that cause should be our nation, Sierra Leone. Number two, the courage and responsibility, the courage to take responsibility for where we are, and we're not more able to build this nation. And number three, a commitment to alter the future by not just blaming previous governments, blaming previous people, ending the tit for tat that we've seen repeatedly, but says create a nation that we would all be so proud of. I will exalt thee, realm of our free. Great is the love we have for thee. Family united, ever we stand. Singing thy praise, O native land. We raise up our hearts and our voices on high. The hills and the valleys re-echo our cry. Blessings and peace be ever thine own. Land that we love, our Sierra Leone. Well, that's all we have time for you on today's show. Do I sound exhausted? Maybe I think I am. But there's nothing gets me so passionate, and just the belief that I have that, the human being can be transformed, and if human being is transformed, nations can be transformed. Can the nation be shaped in a day? 1,000. It says, a small one shall become like a great nation. One shall become like 1,000. This is my faith and my belief for this country, Sierra Leone. Well, this is all we have time for you on today's show. You can also follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Like and share our content and help somebody you care for design their own life. On behalf of our sponsors, AfriCell, AfriMoney, RC Bank, I close with the thoughts that I close every show with. This is the only belief that matters. If you think you can, because your behavior would follow your beliefs. If you think you can't, you won't, because your behavior would follow your beliefs. So until next time, continue to design your best life.
This is the JB Show, and it's your life by design.